Happy 222 portal. Oh, the energy is not playing a single game today. I'm feeling it. And honestly, it's an amazing energy. Feeling upgrades, downloads, shifts, and just a little numerology info on 2. 2 is the number of balance, harmony, duality. This is the energy of whatever needs to be balanced out. I did have a soul aligned session, private session that happened right before this. Just in my gut, felt the need to hit up someone I haven't spoken to in a couple of years, actually. And we ended up doing a session tonight, and it was amazing. On the portal, neither one of us even realized when we connected like 2 days ago. So that's been the vibe. Definitely this last week for me personally, there has been a big shift when it comes to the depth of which I am connecting to my subconscious and to this well of untapped power. I've really been moving my way towards this space for the last couple of years, and then the last year it was like a big leap, and then these last few months of not having a 9-to-5 job has been such a blessing. Hey, Nick. So I am just feeling super grateful and very excited. Second day of bringing in the Animal Spirit Oracle for the tarot part of these sessions. So let's see what's going on here, because we know we got the 222 portal. We know we have the new moon coming up in like 5 days on the 27th. I'm sure a lot of us are already feeling the energy of that. New moons are about moving into that void space to pass through into the new phase. It is a big supportive energy for quantum leaping. If you are in your own quantum leaping space, which I definitely am, it's supportive on a collective level. And again, we always have the opportunity to shift in our own reality. And that is always a choice in every moment. Hello, Bree Kesha. Is that how you say your name? Thank you for the love. Appreciate it. I love this setup. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we got all of the big stones over here. Appreciate y'all. Come on now, I know you got some more for me. All right, there we go. Okay. And we just moved into this Pisces energy in Western astrology. So here we are, Father of Water at the bottom of the deck. This is giving to me, the Father of Water is such a beautiful balancing act. Yes, masculine energy, but when you combine the masculine energy of being decisive and being able to utilize logic, but you're connecting it with emotional depth and awareness, emotional intelligence, it is an extremely, extremely potent power. So to me, this coming up at the bottom of the deck, this is the energy that we're mastering. This is the balance that I feel like we're moving into through this portal. And it's not that it hasn't necessarily been happening already. I'm just definitely feeling this extra level of support in the work we've been doing around that balance, right? In allowing space for our own emotional world, as well as being able to show up for others, knowing how to balance both, and also accepting the reality that if you don't address your own emotional regulation, you don't work on your emotional intelligence and your spiritual connection, then you will not be able to show up for others, sometimes at all, other times not as well as you could have if you were honest about what you yourself needed, what your spirit needed. So So this is a big thing as well. For where we're at in this 9-year, a lot of endings and new beginnings. We're seeing this externally as well. There's so many really, really strong shifts going on. And for some of us, it is causing us to have to look within, because there's so much chaos going on externally. And if you're not right with yourself, you will be thrown all over the place. And that is just not for me personally. Like, that is not for me. No, thank you. So, interesting. We have Spiritual Warrior also that came out underneath Father of Water. Yes, a lot of us who have a very strong, spiritually guided divine purpose are really coming into our power right now. Ooh, yes. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So, let's look at this. What came on the bottom of the deck with Father of Water, Dragonfly. Beautiful. I've been seeing a lot of like very quickly moving, very fast flying creatures coming out. 2 days ago, we had the hummingbird that came out. And now we have the butterfly that came out down here too. So, Dragonfly. We're looking at air energy. Wow. I did not realize how much I missed using these cards. Dragonfly, Master of Light. Yes. Illusion and the Mind. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder in us all. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. When in balance, sees clearly, joyful, magical. When out of balance, cannot concentrate or busy mind. To bring into balance, focus on the breath. So I love this because something that I know for myself personally, when I'm really tapped into this grounded, balanced, emotionally regulated energy, and I feel very clear in my mind, very decisive, very strong and balanced in my masculine energy, and I can actually feel it supporting my feminine, is when I'm doing breath work. Because it allows me that space to really just be with my emotions. And for me personally, there's certain breath work that I do that helps me open my heart chakra. And more often than not, when I do this practice, especially after doing private sessions where, I'm connecting with another person's energy, I'm moving out any residual energy and I'm releasing any stuck emotions that I may have, even just from the day. So for me, as a very spiritually and energetically sensitive being, it is very important as a spiritual warrior to be able to acknowledge that I probably need the most, and there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that I'm doing anything wrong, and it also doesn't mean that I should try to find a way to not need it. Let me just show up in the ways that just make sense and let that be that. I have a human body. There are limitations. I can only hold so much energy. I can only move so much energy in a day, right? Before there's a limit, before there is a level of exhaustion. So to me, this dragonfly card is talking about, remembering to come back to your breath, remembering to whatever practices for y'all, which again, specifically is talking about the breath, coming back to moving. And we're in a water sign energy right now, moving into Pisces season. So I notice whenever we are in a water season that I definitely need to do more breath work. I'm a Cancer rising, Pisces moon, that'd be cute. I'm a Scorpio moon, Cancer rising. And when there is a water sign dominant in the sun, I notice I'm less emotionally expressive and I will feel heavier because there's just so much water energy. And one of the few things that moves water is air. So being able to do a consistent breathwork practice, right? Keep that water moving, keep the flow going. Don't let it build up into this reservoir where things just sit. That's kind of the visual that's coming to mind. Keeping up with whatever helps you to emotionally regulate. And during the water season, it tends to be more of a challenge if we're not as active. Our emotions can become stagnant and there is a tendency to a little bit drown in them. So to me, this is reminding us, okay, Father of Water, that person that can acknowledge and build a supportive structure for their feminine, for their emotions to be released, to keep the flow going so that your energy does not become stagnant or heavy. Okay. So this is very interesting. This is giving void energy. So we have the black egg, which 100% is representing the void. This is like the womb of the universe, which I've been connecting with this energy a lot. But interestingly enough, Son of Fire. So this came out the other week as well. This is kind of this energy of like feeling a little bit impulsive, feeling a little bit like angsty, right? But with that is also kind of this like reawakening of the youthfulness around our desires and our passions. So to me, this is kind of like the rebirthing out of the void of our passions and our motivations, what inspires us. We're having like a reawakening when it comes to that through this portal. So this is actually really beautiful. I'm gonna read the black egg card because I have not used this deck in a while and I would love to revisit the themes. So also something to know, this book is separated by elements, right? We have water, earth, air, etc., right? The alchemical symbols. So the circle is spirit. So we have ether energy coming through this portal, which, of course, the rebirthing of our passions and our desires. So let's see. We have root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, voice, of course. And this is something that I feel like is not known by too many people. I didn't know for quite a while that our throat chakra and our sacral chakra and or our womb chakra, everyone has a womb chakra. This is creation energy, right? They are directly linked. So you could be having an issue with creativity and an issue with motivation, and it could be a throat chakra blockage, not necessarily a sacral chakra blockage. So to me, this is straight up what this is talking about. Through this portal, the blockage that you may have been having in your throat chakra is being moved, being released so that you can fully reconnect with your deepest passions and desires that have been there for a long time. You maybe even have felt inertia. Ooh, and tomorrow, Mars goes direct. Love that. Mars has been in Cancer in retrograde, and it has been very exhausting for a lot of us. Revisiting and being re-triggered from deep childhood wounds in the home, because Cancer is the home, the mother, and we are redirecting and moving forward. Still in Cancer until around April, I believe, Mars will re-enter Leo. So that's going to be a jump forward. However, we are going to be catching up more with our momentum as we move into tomorrow's energy. Okay. Black egg, speaking from an authentic voice. The truth. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, no excuses, no small talk, noise, or lies, not even white lies. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. Sounds draw us in, books draw us in. The concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? What is true about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment in every situation. It's the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. I feel some of y'all out there as I'm saying this in the heart chakra. The subtle essence of this card resides at the base of the throat. The ancient sages saw this center as the hub that governs our speech and expression. It translates as especially pure. The balance of the center is important for all of us, but it is especially essential for writers, editors, musicians, and teachers. So I definitely feel like this is calling all of you out who have a gift with your expression, your creative expression, and your voice. This portal is fully supporting us, tapping back into that part of us. A lot of us, from what's coming through, have shifted the way we speak, how we speak, when we speak, based on who's around, how they feel, what they might feel, what you may be energetically picking up on, and basically fucking tiptoeing around all of that all the time. How exhausting. What a fucking waste of energy, if you ask me. Yes, there are certain situations where it is about safety, etc., yada yada yada, whoop-de fucking do. But a lot of us have done that way too much. We became way too comfortable making ourselves small to not just be keeping ourselves safe, but actually more so that translating into, if I make anybody upset, if anybody disagrees with me, it is an unsafe space. And we have trained ourselves to think that our true, authentic, raw expression is unsafe. No. And again, like it was saying, there's no need to speak quickly or loudly or like you have an even keel, because you know what your truth is, and you don't need to over-explain yourself. You don't need to dumb it down. You don't need to lessen it. You don't need to whatever. If you're communicating with someone and they don't get it, that's up to you. If it feels right to say it in a different way for the point of communication, right? For the point of them understanding you. However, 9 times out of 10, it's not as much about that as it is what you're saying is not really the full truth. And this is definitely something that I've been working through over the last couple of years. So this is amazing, this coming out, talking about this shifting in a huge way through this portal. So amen, hallelujah. And then next to that, we have 7 of Air, Futility. I'm actually going to read this because I haven't pulled this card in a minute. But it's coming out with butterfly, so that is interesting. I'm feeling this shift because I know 7 of Air is not... It's definitely talking about a type of mental stress. And 7, odd numbers usually talk about wobbly energy, right? So there's usually a change, a shift, a transformation. 7 is the number of spiritual development. It's right before 8, which is like tapping into your infinite power. It's literally the infinity symbol. Negative expectations, discouragement, rigid thought patterns, survival fears, resistance to the inner emptiness, fear of the unknown. If you allow your negativity to wallow long enough, it should come as no surprise that you attract what you fear most. Then even the outside world will oblige you by getting more scary. As long as you don't know how to get out of a trouble spot, keep quiet. Inaction is better than any action on your part. A deeper understanding arises through patience and forgiveness, especially when it comes to yourself. Recognize that the negative thoughts tormenting you over and over again truly have nothing to do with your present situation. So, what I'm feeling like in this deeper level of what you have not said, expressed, spoken, that you've run away from, whether it's in the same situation or with the same people, or it's a pattern that you've carried out in multiple situations because of something you have suppressed, I'm feeling like residual energy from that is going to come up. As you open up more deeply with your throat chakra, as you allow yourself to really express completely authentically, there is going to be some frustration, some doubt, some negative thought loops, but all of it is residual energy. This is like, there is nothing new. You've been doing the work. You're in an amazing place. Don't second guess that. Literally the butterfly. You are blossoming into this way more, significantly more authentic version of yourself. Moving through this void energy, reconnecting with pure creative consciousness through your throat chakra. Amazing. So this is like, don't worry about whatever it is that's coming up. Remember the mindset work that you've also been doing, and continue that. Allow that to guide you as you reconnect with this fully authentic and very, very, very powerful energy of your raw creative expression that's going to come through your throat chakra. Amazing. Butterfly, undergoing great change and transformation. Literally, that's why you're going to be having all of this residual energy come up. It's coming up to be released. It's not coming up to be taken seriously or to be given any energy to. Do not. It's not real. Just because it's being released doesn't mean that you need to give it attention or rethink anything. You know yourself. You know where you're going. You know what's true for you. Keep the energy there. Let everything else just keep it pushing. Right? This father of water, emotionally regulated energy. Like, this is you right now. This is where you're at. This is where you've come. This is the overall energy. You know what needs to happen to continue to emotionally regulate yourself. Stay consistent. Stay committed to that. Keep going. And this rebirth is happening. And with that, we always know there's some shaky, unstable energy. That's normal. Keep going. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you, which it is you right now. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon, committing to one daily routine, a meal, a practice, or a prayer, right? Which, what came up was talking about whatever practice helps you emotionally regulate, whether it be singing or writing, journaling, meditating, breath work, or if you're already doing all those things, staying committed to it, not being so involved in outside noise. So this could be a time to kind of, like it's saying, cocoon, right? Maybe the next few days, maybe this week with the new moon, building up to the new moon, just kind of being with your energy. And interestingly enough, I usually start my cycle on the 26th. I start my actual bleed on the 26th. And I started today on the portal. And that's always a space where I prefer to be inside, moving slower, not interacting with so much outside energy, you know, if I feel aligned with the session, of course, but not being super active in the outside world. Cocooning. Oh. Committing to one daily routine done at the same place and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly spirit. The consistency is going to do so much for you. Hey, Aisha, that was so cute. Thank you for sending that. When in balance, cheerful and graceful. When out of balance, fragile and frustrated. To bring into balance, daily routine. Yes, creating structure and stability, because we already know the discomfort of change makes you feel crazy, makes you feel like, oh, I don't know what's going on. However, if you decide to stay committed to this practice that calms you, that helps you emotionally regulate, that can do so much for you. Period. Okay, so with that, on the other side, ooh, all this earth energy, yes. We have earthworm, literally, with Ace of Earth. And I actually think this is the very first card in the Oracle. And this is the number one for Earth in Tarot. Let's just see. No, literally, Earthworm is the first Earth card. Yes. Okay. Earthworm, shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision, right? So moving through this transformation, you can feel your deeper connection to your throat chakra, to your expression, which then activates another deeper level of power with your sacral. We have all this creative juice flowing. You're kind of uncomfortable. You have all these triggers. You have all this residual energy being released, but you're like, okay, I'm good. I'm going to do my breath work. I'm going to do my meditations. I'm cool. And then you come to this new place where you're grounding out, right? This new physical reality because of this mental and emotional regulation, this spiritual practice work that you're doing with the activation. It's normal to feel kind of shy to reemerge after that, right? After the cocooning. We have all felt the woes of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates a newbie or a novice working to establish confidence in a new field. So this could be even being inspired to start a new project. It's probably something you've wanted to do for a while that you just haven't done because you're shy or you're having trouble being seen, etc. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember they once felt earthworm energy too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it, a beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights. No one has your magic. Point blank, period. It doesn't matter how many people have come before you and done that one thing. Oh, I don't want to do a podcast. Everyone's doing a podcast. Oh, I don't want to do lives. Everybody does lives. Oh, I don't want to put myself out there with a poetry book. Everyone does poetry book. Whatever. They're not you. And Loki, you're a miracle. You formed in another human being's stomach, in another human being's body. Your soul entered her body and connected with that human being as it was forming. And then you came out and you grew up all the way to now. Like, Loki, how dare you think that you don't have magic? Like, Loki, who do you think you are thinking that you're not special after the miracle that moved a spirit and a soul into a body as it grew? And you think you're not special. Honestly, disrespectful. Disrespectful. So, take your time. Be gentle, as the butterfly card said. Be patient, because nobody is you. Nobody's gonna have your magic. Doing what you do, how you do it, with your specific authentic energy, your specific authentic frequency. You're here for a reason. So, through this awakening, there is so much magic that is going to come from you on the other side as you ground into this new activation that is coming through with this portal, and I'm feeling through this new moon coming. When in balance, earnest, intelligent, valuable, without question. When out of balance, self-conscious and apprehensive. To bring into balance, speak up, risk embarrassment. Risk it. Whether you actually end up being embarrassed or not is not the point. Doing it anyways is the point. Whatever project, whatever idea that involves your creative energy, your creative expression, using your voice, being seen using your voice, whether it's speaking or singing or channeling something, whatever it is, if you feel called, do it. someone has some shit to say, someone's judging you, someone is whatever, literally beyond irrelevant. Beyond irrelevant. What does that have to do with your magic coming through? If that person is reacting that way, not only is it for them, they don't even know that it's for them, and it is creating a shift for them. And that's not an energy that you have to go any further than that. You just doing you is going to catalyze people. That's a part of the gift. It's also going to catalyze people in a way where they understand that they're being catalyzed, and they're going to be so grateful, and they're going to come to you and have things to say. And, that's the nice side of being a catalyst. There's also the people that are going to be tweaking out, and that's fine too. None of it is really your business. The only part that actually is your business is to just do it and not stress about what anybody thinks, because the only person that is going to be affected in your life by what you do or don't do is you. You're going to get to that end point, and you're going to think about all the things that you were afraid to do. How many times have you guys seen these videos of these people that they go around asking, oh, if you could tell these young people one thing, they're like these older folks in a home at the end of their life, what's one thing that you would tell them? How many of them, like 99.9% of them, do the things you were afraid to do? Do the things you always wanted to do or try. Say the thing, work on the project, release the podcast, release the whatever. Use your voice, be seen, risk embarrassment. Because literally, that feeling of embarrassment, it fucking goes away. And then what? And then you keep going. And more magic happens. So, forget what anybody else thinks or has to say about what feels exciting and inspiring in your spirit and in your heart. Because that is literally the only thing that is relevant here, is how you feel about what you are going to do. And, of course, the gift on the other side of those being catalyzed, awakened, moving more deeply into their own healing journey. And let me tell you, that part feels pretty good. Okay. I will read this Ace of Earth. I actually really like how the book words it. Okay. Some of your ancestors are coming for y'all next, let me tell you. They're not playing with y'all no more. Okay. Ace of Earth. Manifestation, giving form, incarnation, spirit informing matter. This is actually grounding in this divine energy that is channeled through you, and only you, because only you carry your frequency. Laying the foundations, stabilizing, nourishing, safekeeping, taking roots in Mother Earth. The ability to give form to your most cherished dreams and visions already exists within you. This ace is a sign that you have laid some solid foundations and are ready to build something worthwhile on the material plane. Plans and ideas can take shape without too much effort or interference. Don't hesitate. The time to do it has arrived. This is literally everything I was just saying. Plans that may have been put on the shelf for quite a while get the green light. Whatever you start now is likely to be well-founded and enduring. Your relationships also profit from this inner push to get something done. It is time to give form to the things you have internally worked on for so long. A lucky star shines on all of your endeavors. Trust your manifesting powers. You already know what you need to do. You already know what you need to let go of and what's relevant and what is not. It's time to be seen. It's time to share the project. It's time to speak your truth and put it out there. All of it. The true, raw, vulnerable truth. Put it out there. Say what you need to say. Because that is a gift. Not just to the world, but it's also a gift to yourself. And you're not going to even understand the transformation and the shift, especially energetically, when you allow yourself to just let go. Just let go. Speak. Let it come through. Because that, even if in the moment you're embarrassed about how you could maybe feel embarrassed by what somebody's thinking or saying, it's gonna pass. And it's never, ever, ever gonna be more important than the moment of you sharing your true, authentic spirit. Using your voice, using the words that resonate the most with you. Don't try to sound a certain way for anybody. Just say it how you're thinking it. Say it how you feel it. Start there. Y'all are not playing this heart chakra energy. Okay.